Professor Black Ops. You see it. Let's get it. Telegram app end-to-end encryption. Is it secure? Nope. I believe the government hacked it. Let's go through this quick slideshow and see what's going on with Telegram. So Telegram app privacy. The app privacy policy shows more to protecting your data than simply encrypting your message. The privacy policy, we may collect metadata such as IP address, device, Telegram, apps you used, history of username changes. Wrongly, this list is not exhaustive. Furthermore, they do not, with the data collection, is not strictly specified, only that it may be kept for 12 months maximum. So they can keep that data over a year, and that's maybe. So Telegram is state-of-the-art end-to-end encryption. It's cloud-based instant messaging software and application service. Keeps your conversation secure. We can't read your messages or listen to your calls, and no one else can either. Privacy isn't an option mode. It's just the way Telegram works. Every message, every call, every time. The Telegram company background. The message was created by the brothers Nicole and Pavlov in 2013 with over 500 million active users. It is one of the most popular messaging apps in the world. The company is headquartered in London with development in Dubai. The company is founded through donations by Pavel. So, since I do federal level encryption, I like the company being in the United States and all the development being the United States and all the servers being the United States. But not a deal breaker, not a deal breaker. So that's pros and cons of Telegram. Pros in encryption. The encryption algorithm is MT Proto as a custom protocol. For me, that's a con. I don't think you need to be trying to roll your own encryption. There's a lot of encryption methods and apps out here, and C sharp, C plus methods you can import into your app that I think will be more secure. Open source app, Telegram database library, self-destructing messages. Users can be logged on in multiple devices simultaneously. Supports two-step verification. It's saying it's GDPR compliant, right? Which is European privacy, which is pretty strict. I don't like the part where you can be logged on in multiple devices simultaneously. Um, I think it should let you know if you're logged on multiple devices, meaning if somebody's logged on and I'm logged on and I know I'm not in two devices, right? It should send me a message. So I don't know if that's a pro. I don't know if M Proton custom protocol is a pro. Cons, registration requires phone number. In the end, encryption is only in secret chats. Servers are not open source. Logs, IP addresses, and other user data. So yeah, I agree with that. Telegram message features. Here are some key features to consider when deciding whether Telegram is right for you. Code for open source parts is available in GitHub. I like that. Telegram apps is for Android, iOS, Windows Phone, Mac, OS, Windows, Linux, and popular browsers. It's in excess of 500,000 active users. That's usually good because if you got to have a high user base, you're usually going to find your critical vulnerability exposures quickly and any issues with the app quickly with a 500,000 people actually using it. Telegram advertises in the encryption. It's not enabled by default for SQL chats and voice and video calls, meaning you got to set that feature on. For privacy conscious individuals, this can raise alarms that your message could be read by malicious parties, potentially even Telegram staff. Both private and group cloud chat supports server to server client encryption, while SQL chats benefits from client to client encryption. In both instances, the messages are encrypted. It's not by default, right? You got to cut those features on. That's the GitHub, so where you can go out and check the encryption. Later on, some experts looked at the encryption and there was some issues with it. So, in the end, Standard user interface, Android or iPhone, pretty standard. The GUI seems slick and modern, so that's always a positive. This just shows you the smartphone going to the cloud server, to the BOS server, web server and database, academic information system, existing systems, encrypted. It seems like the database itself was encrypted. I didn't get documentation on it, but reading some of the connections and how they were calling from the database, those seem to be encrypted. The protocol, the end-to-end encryption, the protocol is designed for access server API application running on mobile devices. It must be emphasized that the web browser is not an application. The protocol is subdivided into three virtual independent components. High level API queries define a method where the API queries in response are converted to binary message. Cryptographic authorization level defines a message by which the message are encrypted prior to being transmitted. Transport components define the methods for the clients and servers for transmitted messages over some other existing network protocol, such as HTTP, HTTPS, plain WebSocket over HTTPS, TCP, and UDP. That shows the protocol, the secret chat key, which is DH, which is standard Diffie-Hellman, SHA-256 for the message key. Shout out for the AES 256 bit. For the AES encryption, encrypted data for the fingerprint. So that looks pretty standard. Once again, they seem to be rolling their own custom encryption, right? Which is not cool. It's super hard to do, and most people never get it right the first time, even with big professional teams. Um, a note about the MT protocol. This article describes the N2 encryption layer for version 2.0. The principal difference from version 1 are follows. SHA-256 is used instead of SHA-1, which is cool. Padded keys are involved in computation of the message key, which is standard. Depends not only on the message to be encrypted, but on portions of the secret chat key as well. You pad out 1,024 bytes are used instead of 15 from version 1. All those were promising, and of course, longer keys mean better encryption. Coming from the TCP/IP stack. So physical, it's got the 802, 803, the data link, MAC, LLC, and LLC. Network is IP. Transport layer, you got the MTP protocol transport, obfuscation, and the transport layer. Layer 5 is the session, presentation, application. High-level RPC API, that's remote procedure call. That's kind of outdated for that particular encryption for a high-level phone. Um, Also, which is not cool, Telegram, I guess, trying to make money. They launched advertising program for its public channels. A new advertising program does ad platform and offering the opportunity to display sponsor ad messages on the instant messaging platform. However, Telegram ad platform will do this with the twist since it will display ads going to be a lot different compared to what happens elsewhere. Non-targeted advertisement. First and foremost, Telegram advertisers not going to be targeted, which means the user would not be profiled by tracking their clicks and preferences. That's a little better, but I don't think you should be showing ads on an encrypted phone, right? Ads, if you're doing ads, that's a whole another different platform. You have to secure it. That's going to be more vulnerabilities opening to that phone. Just recently, Telegram added 70 million users during the day of Facebook and WhatsApp outage. Facebook hours-long outage on that Monday may have hurt the company, its founders and shareholders, but many businesses that rely on a social juggernaut, but for its instant messaging rival, it was a good day. Telegram founder and chief executive Pavel said on the Tuesday his instant messaging app adding a staggering 70 million additional users in one day. So that's crazy. And adding an extra 70 million because Facebook and its WhatsApp app was down. So these are the CVEs that are out in 2020 this year. It's from 7/21 July to October. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 vulnerabilities out. Most of them are medium. Um, so we'll go through a couple of them, but that's a lot of vulnerabilities for a secure message phone. Right, and we'll go through a few. So CVE 2019-16-248, it was actually fixed this year, so that's why it came out on the list. The delete feature in Telegram before 5.11 on Android does not delete the shared media file from the Telegram image directory. In other words, there's potential for misleading the UI indicator that the sender message was removed from the receipt. CV 2021-27205. Telegram stable on Mac OS stores stores the local copy of self-destructed message in a sandbox path leading to sensitive information disclosure. That's not good. We can't have sensitive information disclosure on our secure phone. Cut the number off. A rendering issue exists with Telegram before 781 for Android. An attacker can cause the server to receive message in a different order than they were sent. So that was the last big CVE for that. So once again, I'm not a big fan of Telegram. They had a lot of critical vulnerability exposures this year for a secure phone. Shout out to them for getting 70 million additional users. Would I download the app? That would be a no. Professor Black Ops, please subscribe. Have a great day.